Hi everyone, I'm Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to finally give you a tour of my craft space. This has evolved many times over the years, and even though I've shared pictures here and there or snippets of it on my Instagram, I'm finally going to take you through a tour of my space, which really isn't that big. I craft in my kitchen and I'm going to show you what I have found works for me. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of background on why I craft in my kitchen, and if you are interested in that, please stick around. Otherwise, I will leave links down below if you want to skip ahead and just get right to the tour. My husband and I have two children, one of which is autistic. That is Dalton. Many of you may have seen him in my Instagram stories drawing pictures of Cheetos, and we discovered probably when he was about 2.5 years old that he is autistic, and that just changed everything for us. When we first learned he was autistic, I was working outside of the house. One of us would need to be home at all times because he had to have in-home therapy. He had some speech delays and just a lot of things that needed extra attention. And so with that came the decision for me to be home as a stay-at-home mom full-time. And when I did that, I started getting into my crafting more. I developed a business that I run through my house, and I still do. But with in-home therapy, I could not be in my craft room. I had a dedicated space upstairs. It was the biggest room in the house, but I could not be up there and still be available at all times for the in-home therapy when I needed to participate. So with that, I came down into the bedroom. I soon discovered that was just not working for me. It was very cramped. I mean, it's a bedroom, so I have a bed in there. I wasn't available like I needed to be. I started working on my dining room table. That dining room table turned into a craft table. I started setting up shelves. I got bigger tables, and it just evolved into my craft corner. I have changed tables and shelves and desks and just all kinds of organization to find what works best for me in this very tiny corner. When you work in a small area, you really have to think about organization. And honestly, my craft space is probably the cleanest and most organized room in my house. Having a home for everything is so huge because I cannot just get up and walk away from a project. I need to clean up so I can do something else. Or if Dalton needs to do something, or when we had virtual schooling this last year, that was extremely difficult. So with that, that was just a little background as to why I'm in my kitchen. I'm gonna start the tour, and unfortunately, if you hear my refrigerator running in the background, well, I craft in my kitchen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so here is a look at my craft corner. Now, I apologize. I realize I kind of shake when I talk, so I'm hoping this comes out okay, but if not, I'm sorry. And you may also hear my refrigerator running in the background because it is right next to me. But this is the look at my craft space. I just recently got this new table. It's not brand new. We got it actually from a school that was giving away, they were getting new tables and things. So we ran up in there and snagged it for like $5. So that is, I'll give you a close look at that. But this is what my corner looks like. I have a ring light. I have my Archon mount. That ceiling fan, which is great for moving air, is horrible for filming videos. And until we completely switch that out, I can't do anything about that. So that light gets shut off when I'm filming. This is my setup for filming. I have this large ring light that I set up each and every time I do a video, and attached to my desk is an Archon mount stand. This is actually a new one that I just got recently. It attaches to the side of my table. Off on the right hand side, I have a box light, and I'll give you a closer look at that too, but this is my basic workspace when I'm doing card making. So here's a look at the side view. You can see I don't have a ton of space back there behind my chair, and I actually just kind of redid this whole corner a little bit. I had more of a dresser drawer system. I'll see if I can find a picture of that, and it wasn't leaving me a lot of space. On my desk here, I have an Organize More ink storage, what is it called? Ink storage rack. I'll link it below. I have these large ones. I have quite a few of them. All of my oxides fit in this rack from Organize More. I love their products. They are lightweight. They hold all of my inks. They're white. They just look really nice, and they are super amazing people. Then on top of my Organize More rack, I have some blending brushes. So I have some Gina Designs blending brushes. Those are the white ones. I have blending brushes from Tailored Expressions and Honeybee Stamps. And then I have blending brush storage from It By Marko, and they have an Etsy shop. They have glue tube holders, they have phone clips, which actually I need to order more because my kids love them and break them. So they have some amazing products, which I will link down below. But this is where I keep most of my blending brushes. In this corner, I have an IKEA pegboard. That's still kind of a work in progress. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave everything there, but that pegboard holds a lot of my spray bottles and things that just don't fit in my drawer. Oxide sprays, I have some main re-inkers that I use, like my Gina Obsidian re-inker, some Versamark re-inker, my Distress Ink shimmer sprays. I have some Tailored Expressions re-inkers up there, and then my Hero Art. And then just kind of down in this corner is like some blending solution. My back wall, I'm very happy with this back wall. This is something I just redid recently. I love it because I got 4 of the large ink organizers from Organize More, and they fit my main inks that I gravitate towards or that I use in videos, and it just looks so pretty. So here I have my Hero Arts inks. I have the reactives. And then I also have some of their pigment inks. Up here I have, these are Pink Fresh Studio that I have been loving playing with lately. I also have the Concord and Ninth inks. And then we move back down over here and I have my Lawn Fawn ink pads and Tailored Expression ink pads. I have kind of some basic ones here, like the Altenew pigment inks, my white pigment inks, some more. The Pink Fresh kind of trickled down, and the Concord Ninth kind of trickled down. So I love these organizers. If you haven't gotten them before, I highly recommend them. They just look so nice, and they are shipped tucked away nicely in a package. They're white, they're very lightweight, and actually to hold these against the wall, so they come with, I think, hooks that you can hook onto your wall so that it doesn't tip over. My walls, I can never find the studs. I don't hang things properly. So what I did is I took command strips. Here, I'll show you one. See, there's a command strip like for command hooks. I took those sticky strips and I put that against my wall, and then I kind of smushed my ink organizers against it. So it's sticking to my wall in a sense, and they're holding really, really well. This one over here was meant for a paper towel holder that just it fell down. So I got to fix that. I want a paper towel holder right there. All right, we will move down. I have a bunch of drawers down here that I just recently picked up. These are actually from Michaels. I have been wanting IKEA Kallax units, but I can just never seem to find them, and I'm very impatient. I'm very impulsive when shopping. So I ran to Michaels and just stocked up on a ton of their shelves. This is also a tabletop from them. So I have that stretched across that I really like it. It's been holding up pretty good. All right, so also with the drawers from Michaels, they have these cubes, which I really like. And so in those cubes, I kind of shoved a bunch of stuff. I tried to keep it halfway organized, but you know, it happens. So here I have some of my bigger items. This is the press and seal, and I have some wax paper for techniques. This I have kind of tucked over. This is an inkstand. Brienne Loveland makes these. She makes them for the mini distress or mini ink cubes, and then she makes them for the larger ones. So I have that tucked kind of off on the side so I can hold my mini ink cubes when I use them on my craft table. I have just some cleaners, some glue. I have some sprays, maybe kind of hard to see back there, but some glitter sprays, my Distress Oxide re-inkers that I keep in these trays off of Amazon. And then just a bunch of random stuff, glue, blending solution. I tried to label them. I need some colored labels, I think, because I can't really see them. I'm still working on what works best with these, but anyway. Drawer number 1 has craft mats. So my Ranger mats, my waffle flower, you know, some silicone mats, just some work surfaces depending on what I'm doing. So I have those all up on top. Second drawer here has a bunch of foam tape and double-sided tape, and also just kind of some random things over here. This drawer has my glimmer system and just some refills. These drawers are kind of hard. They're not very deep and they're not very long, which is actually good. I don't like having to dig real far to get to my stuff, but it also means some random things get thrown in the drawers. This one's empty. Are you shocked? I am shocked. No, seriously. I cleaned it because I want to have a mini ink blending tool for each of my distress oxides and regular distress inks. So I made space. That is still a work in progress because I need to find the right kind of holder for the blending tools. So yes, I just had you stare at an empty drawer for a couple minutes. All right, down here I have my thermo web foil, my glimmer foil, lots of that down there. So I'm trying to keep that kind of my foiling drawer. I left little areas because I like to tuck things. So this has my memory misties and my Gina K Designs mega wreath builder because I have nowhere else to put them. This is no cubby in there. I left that open on purpose because I wanted a place to put my cardstock. So that is my 110 pound cardstock. And this is where I also keep my tools. Sorry, I forgot what they're called, but what did I get them? Stampin Bug? It's an Etsy shop. I'll list it. But this is like the Chucky tool that Gina K Designs shows all the time. There's other people that have come up with ones. Lovely, lovely lady sent these to me. She let me pick out which one. Of course, I picked Galaxy. I mean, check that out. Galaxy. Won't focus. Anyway, I use those for stamping with my Misty. And then this is my stencils. All right, so here is a better look at the stencils. I haven't ever gone through really my storage organization for specific things, but this is just a quick look at them. I have tons of stencils in here, and honestly, I have piles more, but this small space, you really need to learn to either use it or just move it. You know, if it's something you're not going to grab very often, then I have to purge frequently. So here I have, these are just file folders I got from Walmart, and then I trimmed down so they were a little taller than all of my stencils. I store all of my stencils in 6x6, I think they're 6x6 pouches. Got them from Gina K Designs, is where I store my stencils. And then I label each of them to say what they are. And they just all go in this basket that I got from Walmart. I've seen a lot of people do binders. I just don't have a lot of room for binders. And this works well. I don't like opening a binder on my desk because it takes up room. So having it in a basket is just really a lot easier for me. So I can just kind of flip through, grab it, and go. I don't have to worry about a binder opening up on my desk and getting into my project or my ink pads. So that is my stencil storage. I have on the side here just some commander clips, whatever, they're clips. These are all my cardstock swatches, and I just keep them hanging. This is extremely helpful for me when I'm working on projects. I honestly didn't ever think swatches would be helpful, and I'll tell you, I'll swatch everything that I can. This is just helpful when I'm looking at projects and I'm trying to find a color that matches or color combinations. It also helps when I'm writing blog posts and maybe I forgot what cardstock I used. So I'll grab these and look that up. Over here, I'll go through a little bit in detail in a moment, but over here I have just a bunch of kind of random supplies, some more brushes, some more blending brushes that I keep in a coffee cup. So personalizing my space with a coffee cup. This is artwork that my son had done. And then I have another coffee cup here that my daughter gave me, and it's filled with a ton of brushes and supplies. I have some embossing folders, my Misty tools, and then some binders here. I'll go through those in just a moment. Down in here, another little cubby hole. This has some of my most grabbed like embellishments and jewels in there. These trays you can get off of Amazon. These were some new things that I just got. So these are the dome blending foams that Tim and Ranger just released, and they were sweet enough to send me some. So I have that opened up because I was playing with them, and they're mini distress inks for their new colors. So I tucked those there because I'm going to be reaching for those soon. In the back, I have a mini blossom from Altenew, just a mini die cutting machine. I have my cutting plates, embossing plates, rubber mats for die cutting. So I keep those all right there because, as you notice, I do not have my die cut machine out because it takes up room, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Top drawer. This is where it kind of gets a little crazy. Oh, did I skip a drawer? I did. I skipped. Hold on. All right. Top drawer over here. Tape runners. Case from Tailored Expressions to put supplies in. I have some extra tape runners back there and also some refills for my label maker. Down here, some more kind of miscellaneous supplies. So these are my simple strips, and Tailored Expressions has these cases that fit them so I can store them in there. I have some paint and my jelly press, the brayers, because everyone's addicted to brayers right now, right? Down here, this is still a work in progress. Not quite sure how this is going to work. So this is where I keep re-inkers for right now. These are essential oil, like little grids that I got off of Amazon. I actually wanted them for my blending tools and they didn't fit. So I just threw them in here for my re-inkers. So I have my Hero Arts Reactive Ink re-inkers. I have Gina K re-inkers, and I also have just some crystalline drops. This drawer has a bunch of thermal web stuff in it. So I have flock and enamel and a bunch of glitz glitter gel. Lots of glitz glitter gel. So I keep that all down there. Bottom drawer here is filled with paste. So I have my Nuvo shimmer powders, thermal web, any type of paste you can think of is pretty much in this drawer, or what I could fit it. I kept this at the bottom because it is the heaviest. So if anything happens or it breaks, well, it's at the bottom of the pile. So here, tape measure. Just bought this because I'm measuring things all the time. If I bring out my tape measure, my husband cringes. Let's just say that. So I have these amazing cases from Pear Blossom Express. She collaborated with Kathy Rakusin. So that's Kathy's 10 tips on the front. And then this just kind of pops down, and I keep all of my zig markers in there. I've kind of collected a few of these. These work great for Copic markers, colored pencils, really anything, just supplies. But I thought this was handy for my zigs. So I just can try and zip with one hand. No, not really. All right, so those just pull back up, and I can lay that back down in my drawer. So those are really cool. And I have embellishments from Pink Fresh Studio. Super, super pretty. And they come in this adorable case. So that's why they're on their own. They're already cased really pretty. I didn't need to put them in another tray. And then there's some jewels. This one has kind of just some painting things, painting stuff, watercolors. So this is just some palette if I use for re-inkers. I have the metallic markers from the Karen markers. I have some watercolors down there, Altenew, Gansai Tambi, Mission, Magello Gold, whatever they're called. I don't know. I buy watercolors because I think I can watercolor. So I get watercolors. And then I just keep some miscellaneous things in here. This is a glue tube holder from It By Marko. I just keep that tucked in there. This is another blending brush drawer. So this is where I keep kind of any extras. These are from Picket Fence Studios. These are the Altenew ones that I'll grab on occasion. So they have their kind of own case. They're not getting my drawers dirty. I have some mini ink blending tools from Altenew, sponge daubers, and then my cleaner. And this is a small one, from Honeybee Stamps, and that came in its own little case too. So it's kind of my another blending drawer that I have for you. Down here we have just kind of some random things. I have some of the refills for the Mission, what is it called? Yeah, my Mission Magello. There we are, Mission Magello. I don't say things right. Gloves for working with alcohol inks, some Altenew watercolor brush markers, and my large brayer. And then this one holds my alcohol inks. So as I showed in an alcohol ink video, I store them in the tins that Ranger and Tim Holtz carry, and then also that blowing tool. So I keep all the alcohol ink products and then just a few alcohol markers from Altenew because that's where it fit. Now, like I said, off on the side in between, I like to keep things. So this is where I'll keep my mini glass media mat so I can reach for that. I have some paperwork surfaces I have some from Simon and Tailored Expressions. And then here I keep any other bigger mats. So I have an Altenew mat, and this is a We Are Memory Keepers one. This is a large glass mat one that I haven't really played with yet. And I also store my Tim Holtz one down here. I have a few binders here. I said I don't like binders, but I do have a few. So this binder holds the blending tools for my distress inks and distress oxides. I don't like the binder method. I don't like having to dig them out all the time. I'm ripping my pages. These are just like some coin pocket ones like I'd use for ink swatches. I just don't like it. I want something different. But for now, this is what I have to deal with until I can get a tool for each one, which I do plan to do because I think that'll just help me use my inks more if I have a blending tool for them. So that is the first binder. This second binder I have is a small one from Allie Edwards. And I started a little swatch book. I got this idea from Jessica Frost Ballas, and I love it, and I think it looks really cute. So it just has some ink blending combos on here, and then I kind of typed up what those ink combos were. So if I'm just looking for something sometime, instead of flipping through my phone or Pinterest, I can just dig out my swatch book. Obviously, I have not gotten that far. So, but this is just a little 3x8 binder for that. And then this binder has all my foils in it. This is just what's going to work for now because I don't have any other way to store it, but this just has, I took them all out of their packets and I put them in page protectors. So this is all my Thermo Web foils. And then I have each one labeled at the top. All right, so moving on a little bit, I'll come back to the drawers that are under my desk, but for right now, we're gonna look at this big IKEA unit. This is the Kallax unit. So it's a ginormous one. Super, super, super sturdy. I bought this a couple years ago before everything had shut down. It has so much weight on it. I am really impressed. Although, looking back at it, and don't tell my husband this, I would not have gotten the largest one, or I don't know if this is the largest one, but I wouldn't have gotten one this big because I literally am stuck with this size. I can't put it anywhere else, and it's tall. So, you know, I would have gone with something where I could move things a little better. I'm just kind of stuck with this big one. Anyway, I have a printer on top that I use for printing invoices and just emails and things like that. That is a bin with some scrap paper. And then all down here, this is my Gina K Designs cardstock. So I keep them all in these job ticket holders, and then when I label them with my label. So that's all my Gina K. And what I started doing, so this is all Gina K cardstock right here. All right, and then what I did is I found some really cool folders at Walmart, and I cut them apart and I labeled them. So that'll help me show where my cardstock is. So this is all Gina K. This is some specialty cardstock from Lawn Fawn, like their wood grain and their sparkle. And then this is all Lawn Fawn cardstock right here. My favorite one, cilantro. So that's all my Lawn Fawn cardstock. And then if we move down, so I needed a brace. These are cubes that I think Recollections used to sell with Michael's eons ago. And I still have them. And it was a great kind of block so that my cardstock doesn't tip over. And in this one, I have all my Tailored Expressions cardstock. And pineapple is one of my favorites. It's like the most gorgeous yellow ever. So this is all my Tailored Expressions. And then up on top is just random stuff that I don't touch and a ball of yarn that I don't want my son to get. This is where we start getting into stamps. So what I started doing is I labeled my shelves with what the stamps are. So for instance, this label goes to this one. This is all my favorite things. I use these containers that Jennifer McGuire had recommended. They hold really, really well. And I always put my dies in the front and my stamps in the back. So this is my favorite things. I definitely have more of each company. It's just that I have to purge because I don't have the room. So I have more upstairs. But this is my basic set that I would grab. So I have all the stamps back there. And then I always keep the coordinating dies in. If I can find one. Yes, here's one. So For instance, this stamp set, and then in the back I have the coordinating die, and I always put them on magnet sheets because otherwise I will lose things. So, and then labeling at the top. Now, of course, I'm going to have overspill. So, and these ones don't fit all the way across, so I have a little bit of room here, and I will put, you know, just some paper or miscellaneous things. These happen to have stamp sets. When you're desperate, you know, you get what you can. Like I said, I'm a very impulse buyer. So these are crates that I got from Walmart, and they work really good except for the crate bottom. I just need to block that off with something, but this holds some more my favorite things. And then I have these dividers here. So this is my Alta New. So I have Alta New stamp sets back here. I don't want to pull it out. So I have Alta New in there. And like I said, they don't fill up the whole shelf, so random things will start getting thrown off on the side. This is extra cardstock from kits. These are the job ticket holders that I store all the paper in. This one has Concord and Ninth cardstock. So I keep those in those job ticket holders, separate them by those file folders so I can see where everything is. This is kind of some specialty cardstock, so I'll have my favorite things gold. I have some glitter cardstock from Tonic and holographic from Simon Says Stamps. That's kind of some specialty cardstock. I keep Erin Lee Creative in a separate little tab. She gets her own little section on my shelf because she has some amazing holographic cardstock. Gold holographic. She also had some glitter paper, rainbow, and then her regular holographic. So I got her kind of tucked in there. And then I have Lawn Fawn kind of spilled over onto the shelf. So Lawn Fawn has metallic cardstock, gold, silver, and then also their new textured dot cardstock. So I had to kind of start labeling them so I knew where my companies were and what it was. And then I have my Ranger section, which is the Yupo paper and distressed white heavy stock and the craft and watercolor. And there's Tonic. So see, I even messed up my own organization. Tonic, and then these are some coin protectors. That's where I put my swatches for my inks. And we have Tailored Expressions watercolor paper, and then this is some supplies. So I have magnet sheets and chipboard and just some plain cardstock from Walmart when I do my organizing of new product. Is my Hero Arts. So I have all of the Hero Arts colors in here, separated by color. And what I did is I took the white and black cardstock from each company, because white and black are the colors that I grab the most. So I took the white and black cardstock from each company, and they're all in the front here. So I have Hero Arts Dove White, Gina's Ivory, Heavy Base, Layering White, Black, her Artist Choice. Okay, got a lot of Gina. And I also have Lawn Fawn and Taylor and Hero. So all of their black and white cardstock right there, easy for me to grab. Lawn Fawn gets 3. I am currently on their video team, have been for a couple years. So they have to stay out here. I can't put anything away. That just all stays here. So I have 3 shelves for Lawn Fawn. And then I also kind of tuck things on the side, like their cute little coloring books. And I don't know, something just fell. So I do have a couple of these trays. These trays have a divider in them. I like them, but I can't fit my bigger stamp sets. Like Gina has bigger stamp sets, or Alta New or MFT. I can't fit the bigger ones in there. So I kind of struggle with these shelves in that fact that they're kind of confining me when it comes to my stamp sizes. My reveal wheel stuff, I put in little pocket protectors and I label them. So this is the square one from Lawn Fawn. And I've been trying to keep these by season. I haven't put dividers in there yet for that, which I want to do. I want to keep Christmas and Halloween separate. I just haven't done all that yet. So I keep all my small ones in the front. Here's some fish ones. I think I tried to put all the underwater ones together and I just didn't get far. I also used to put stickers on my stamp pads or my stamp sets if I had a coordinating die, but honestly I have coordinating dies for everything because I love coordinating dies, so gave up on the stickers. So that is my Lawn Fawn collection, and here are all of their dies. I'll tell you, these guys really do their job. these containers. This is all dies. That's really heavy. Actually, there's some dies back there too. But this is really heavy. This is filled with dies. And what I have done is I have put dividers in here to label my dies. So my most used ones stay in the front. My banner die, I use that like constantly, or the hills. So those stay in the front. But then I have it divided into slimline and borders, magic iris. And that has helped me tremendously. And I just taped it onto some cardboard, you guys. I'm not fancy at all. We're starting the Hero Arts section. All of my Hero Arts, I shouldn't say all, it's part of my Hero Arts collection. And then I have watercolor paper. Yeah, a lot of watercolor paper right here. Pretty much all watercolor paper. So this one mainly has all background stamps. I try to keep that at least. I love background stamps, so I'm trying to keep these guys separated. So that's mainly all background stamps. And there's another one, I'll go down here. This is another one of Hero Arts. And so this one's mainly got all the dies. Oop. And my Heroscapes. So I try to keep some things kind of organized. That is my Platinum 6 Spellbinders die cut machine. I love this machine because it can fit on my shelf like this. I can put it away when I need to switch up doing things on my table, and it just folds out when I need to use it. Okay. And then when I'm done, just pop it together and I throw it back on my shelf. So I love that. It's perfect. This one is a honeybee stamp. So this is all honeybee stamps, and it's actually kind of exploding. I have to tweak it. I have to figure out what needs to get pulled because that doesn't all fit. So that's all honeybee stamps. Their dies are in the front and then the stamps are in the back. These are some magazines from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. Love, love, love their magazine. They have amazing people, and the team is just awesome. So much inspiration in those. I also keep here the 12 by 12 packs of pattern paper from Lawn Fawn. I have Gina K Design. So this is square number 2, I guess, because I have a different one. But here is my spillover of Gina K Designs. I didn't quite separate this out yet, but back here I have Pink Fresh Studio. So I keep Pink Fresh back here. Their stamp sets, their larger dies, their larger stamp sets. I'm also starting to keep some of their stencils here too. I don't have this in my stencil collection. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do their stencils yet. Their larger stencils I had to put over here because they stick out and don't fit under my cube. So yeah, still working on organization for that one. But for now, they're all in just little pockets and put in with all of the Pink Fresh Studio section. This one, this poor shelf, yeah, it's bombarded full. I don't even know if I dare move it. This has got a lot of Gina K Designs on here. So this is a lot of her dies, her master layouts, her stamp sets. This is part of the latest kit that was released at the time of the video. So I got, this is chock full of Gina K Designs. Oh, she's plump. Look at that. It's just filled and it's very heavy. And then here I keep my planners and some more magazines, some just kind of random things, toner sheets, things that just don't really fit anywhere else. Down here is 12 by 12 cardstock from American Crafts. That's for my business I do from my home that I don't really talk about because it's not card making. So that is my 12 by 12 cardstock. We're getting down into areas with less light. This is all of my tailored expressions. So there's glitter paper, foil cardstock, their dies, stamps. I got a lot in there. My clipboard from Kathy Rakusen. And a last one over here is another one that I used with a crate, and this one has Tailored Expressions and Simon Says Stamp. So this is my overspill of Taylor. Now you're gonna see dog hair, and well, I have a dog, so you're gonna see dog hair. I can't, it's just not, you can't avoid it. And then my Simon Says Stamp. I keep my Simon Says Stamp dies in here. This is one of my favorites. This is their Simple Strips die. because if you've watched my latest video, you guys know that I should not be using a paper trimmer to cut strips. So love strips. And then more of their stamps. This one I just did a card with recently that I shared on Instagram. Slimline Beautiful. This is where I keep my most used tools. So I have scissors, pigment powders, glue tubes, mono eraser. This is just where it's my most used items. You can see it's not really organized the best. And then these trays are just, call them my Sika trays. Long story, short story actually, but they're my Sika trays. That's not the official name. That's just what I call them because my friend Sika showed me them. So they're my Sika trays. Love my Sika. So that's where I keep kind of my most used things. And this is what I'm talking about with the Kallax units. I don't like how deep they are because that just gets filled with stuff that I either don't see or don't use. It's just a waste of space. So while they are really nice, sturdy drawers, I just don't like how long they are. This has all my distress inks. And then my lawn fawn trimmings. And they are also, a lot of them are in some trays. These are loose just because of how they fit, but these are in trays. I get a lot of people asking me about ink pads stored on their side. Yes, it is okay. I know plenty of people that do it. They never had a problem. I know Tim has said things are okay stored on their side. So yes, storing on the side is okay. If you ever question it, I suggest asking the company themselves, but I have my, I had the Distress Oxides too stored on their sides for a long time. So yes, it is okay. My adhesive drawer. So this is filled with foam squares, Post-it tape, tape runners, liquid glue, my magic thing for embossing. I have mini foam squares, Gina K foam squares. So this is pretty much all adhesive. And like I said, I just have these baskets that I grabbed from Walmart because they're quick and convenient. So that is an adhesive drawer. So these containers that I have, some of my most used embossing powders, I get these at Walmart. These are just some Tupperware containers. I also have used, I get them in the school supply section. They're okay. They fit my stuff. They're just, you know, if you have a full background to emboss, it's kind of hard. And then I also have back here just extras. So this is like a Hero Arts bin. I have some more back here, some trays. This has got some extra Gina K designs, tailored expressions. I have more Lawn Fawn back there. And then this bottom drawer has all my mini ink cubes. So Concord and 9th has them in their own pretty little packaging, so I just left it there. My Lawn Fawn, I have Lawn Fawn, tailored expressions. And these are jewelry cases or beading cases at Walmart. And they fit really well. So I like those. So I have Lawn Fawn. I have my Gina K designs. And I have some spillover of Lawn Fawn and then Hero Arts that came in kits. I also have the tailored expressions, mini ink cubes, and then also my distress inks. All right, I tried to shift my light so you could see this better. I don't know how much better it's going to be, but this unit underneath my table I got from Michael's as well. It has a door over here, so it's a little cabinet, and then some smaller drawers. I really lucked out that it fit right under my table in between my Kallax drawers. So this first drawer just has a bunch of random computer stuff. So external hard drives, cords, filming equipment cords, things like that. So that's just kind of my technology drawer. This one just has some supplies. I have some bags, scale and packaging tape. So that's just packaging stuff. This one was supposed to be empty because I wasn't sure if I wanted blending tools in this drawer or the other one. So for right now, I just have some Christmas card that was sent and some thermal web products down there, some foiling. This one's also just got some shipping supplies, tape, labels, and the bottom one just has some personal stuff. All right, so in here, and I apologize you can't see very well, but I have an iron here, I have a mini mink machine, and some Swiffer cloths at the top. I have some Ziploc bags. I have a basket filled with my organization stuff. when I get new product. And then I also have my MFT cardstock down here. This is their new colors. So I have the MFT cardstock down here just because it doesn't fit on my shelf at the current moment. So, and what's really cool, if you can see, is there is a little bit of a gap between the top of this cabinet and my desk. So I just have some random things put in here. That's an old laptop. I have a paper trimmer that sliced my finger, and some colored pencils and some Ziploc bags. Moving on to my other Kallax unit. So this one has my alcohol alcohol lift ink pad, pens, pencils, some black, and just kind of more of my go-to mini ink cubes, pens, iPhone cords. So kind of another random drawer. This one's mainly got blending tools. So I have my Tim scissors that I keep hidden. Some stuff I just don't have really a home for. These are some Aquaflow pens from Tonic Studio. Lots of blending tool handles. I also keep some big sponge daubers and then enamel dots from Hero Arts. This drawer has a lot of sprays in it. These are my acrylic blocks, some of them. I also have my Pixie spray in there. I have some just empty water bottles, my shimmer sprays, just bottles that aren't fitting in other drawers. Some more blocks. I have some Distress spray stain in these baskets. And then my Distress glaze, which I swatched and put on the top of each of those containers. Over here, I have my Gina K Designs ink pads and MFT ink pads. Like I said, I'm kind of running out of room. So this is just how it's gonna have to work for now because I don't want to put them in another room. I still grab them. So they had to go in a drawer. And then back there, I just have my heat tool from Ranger and some kind of miscellaneous products. Another miscellaneous drawer. Yeah, I have a couple of those. So these have some extra tape runners, refills, the command hooks that I was referring to. So I use these a lot in my room. Thermal web, scotch, just bunch of random things. I also keep my easy lights down here. This is from Pear Blossom Press. I might have said it wrong before. And these are, she's just genius. These make light up cards so easy. So I keep these down here so I always know where they are. And then alongside of this, I have a command hook. It's probably hard to see, but I have a command hook where I hang my Wagner heat tool. And in my window, I just have a couple cards, decorations, and then a pin board that I got from Simon Says Stamp. It was a freebie, I think. I got in an order one time. And these are just some of the pins. My other ones I haven't gotten out or hung up yet. All right, so one other thing I did not go over yet is this cart, which has been a huge find for me for my craft room. You can see there's a ton on here that just wouldn't fit anywhere else. So I got this also at Michael's. It's a pretty big size, and even though it kind of sticks out along my shelves here, it has been so helpful. I can just move it out of my way or scoot it closer to me if I need to. I won't go through everything, but for the most part, all right, we'll go here. For the most part, I keep new products in here. These are already released, but if there's products that a company has sent me or it's a new release coming out, these go in the top. I also have some Misties back here. Just kind of some random supplies. Maybe I'm done with them and they need to get put away. I also have some watercolor up here, some more paper that I might grab frequently. Things like that on the top ones. I don't want to go through that top one too much. My second shelf are my Copic markers, and I absolutely love this way of my Copic markers. I found these cups. I have no idea where I found these cups, but what I like about them is the bottom is not very tapered, so I can get quite a few of them. They're just a cheap white plastic cup, and I was able to get all of my colors grouped into one cup. So these are all my YGs. The E's had to get broken up into 2 cups, but the yellows, like I keep all of my Y's in one, all of my G's, all of my R's. And when I'm coloring, I can just grab the cup, put it on my table, and go from there. So this is one of my favorite things. I love it. And then this bottom section is kind of more for cleaning supplies. So I have baby wipes, stamp chamois, tidy towels, microfiber cloths. This is also where I keep the new Lawn Fawn releases when they come, because they're so big they take up like a lot of room. So Lawn Fawn goes down there. That way I always know what I'm grabbing. And then more cloths. So just kind of a cleaning section, so to speak. All right, guys, that is it. That is the craft area. Pretty informal. I know it wasn't always the greatest lighting to see everything. I probably was shaky. I'm sorry for that. Definitely not a professional setup, and that light has got to go in and out of my bedroom when I'm filming, which is cumbersome, but it's just what I need to do. I make my space work for me, and I'm still able to hang out with my family, talk to my family. I honestly love being in the kitchen. While I would love to shut a door and run away, I really do like my kitchen. I do like being in the kitchen. All right, guys, that concludes my craft tour video for you. I hoped something out of this video has helped you or inspired you. And it just goes to show you that you really can craft anywhere. I do a lot of work out of this kitchen. All of my filming, all of my card making, all of my editing. The only thing I don't do in this kitchen is do my photography for my blog posts and Instagram. So I hope this video has helped you, inspired you. Now, I also want to let you know that some of these companies that I've showed you in my video, whether it's products I use or their storage, anything like that, anything I've shown you, I do have some special discount codes for you. They were generous and offering some percentage off of your order if you're looking at placing an order for anything. I will have those listed over in a blog post for you that is going to go along with this video. And I also have some giveaways. These companies were very generous and offering some giveaways to my subscribers and fans. So be sure to check out that blog post. I will also have a ton of pictures over there for you to save for reference if you ever want to go back to them. And be sure to watch the expiration on some of those discount codes. So you want to take advantage of those while you can. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again real soon.